Hey everybody, welcome to the Earliest Alert. Brian Good here. Quick update, of course, on Hurricane Maria, which is still a Category 3 as of this recording. The eye is hugging the northern side there of the coast of the Dominican Republic, which is horrible because that eye wall has just been kind of battering the northern coastline for hours now. A little bit more of a northern turn as of the last few moments, officially northwest, but it is trying to jog a bit. The eye is still fairly ragged. It looked a little healthier this morning, actually, than what it does now. But Turks and Caicos are up next for its path, and that would put it still at about a Cat 3 status, and then it'll eventually weaken and as moves into colder water. We've got to see, though, what happens once it gets into the northwest Atlantic. Signs it may do what Jose has done, which you can see Jose is spinning there off the coast of Cape Cod. The pattern gets stagnant and locked in up in that far north of latitude, and therefore Maria may either get pushed out to sea, which hopefully will happen, or may stall out a bit and try to drift around. We'll fine-tune that when we get closer. What a mess for them up there if they have to deal with two of those. It's like basically two nor'easters passing through. It makes for miserable weather. For us, we've had some fog around this morning. Now we've got some high-level clouds that are streaming in from the north. You can kind of see, if you look carefully, where the fog is. Some of the valleys, that's the Cumberland Valley there to the south. And we've got now some of these high-level cirrus clouds blowing in from the north. These are setting the stage for what would be, if anything does pop today, as far as thunderstorms, isolated thunderstorms. They're going to be moving in this direction here, moving backwards. Northeast to southwest is the motion that we will see for anything that develops. And because the pattern is blocked right now with high pressure over us, nothing is moving. These fronts can't get in here. So look at the rain. It gets stuck. And that's why they got flood problems here in Iowa and portions of Illinois. And then for us, we get the clockwise flow, and that's why we're getting everything moving backwards over us. So the high is stagnant. It's protecting the southeast from hurricanes, but also can cause other problems like the backup of water on the other side of it, which is where the flooding comes into play. The high is going to protect it as long as it can. It's going to have weak patches on the edges of it here where we will run a risk for a thunderstorm. But really, it's going to remain in control for a while. Here's Futurecast as we continue on through this afternoon. Again, a few downpours to develop, otherwise still have a chance to hit 90. Now, if we hit 88 degrees and a thunderstorm hits the center of the airport, then we're not going to hit 90. And that's certainly possible. But I think overall, we're talking about around 90 today. Tonight, you'll see the same thing happen again. Valley fog will begin to form, right on I-65, in fact. And then we'll see another day, upper 80s to around 90. A few thunderstorms possible. The coverage doesn't look to be as bad. The flow is a little more easterly tomorrow. And then as we get into the weekend, we start off again with fog. That's going to be a reoccurring theme. But I think we will get into a drier setup for the weekend as the high is the strongest point of the high will be over us at that point. So things improve, but really very little weather change is going to happen, even though we change seasons tomorrow. Weather is not going to cooperate. So what is going to change the seasons? Well, it's going to be that right there, that front. The front itself is attached to a low. It's going to occlude itself. It's going to wrap up over Canada. So the front then will begin to lose its push. I'm trying to figure out how much of a push it's going to have in the southern part of it, because the southern part may lag. The northern part should get through fast, but the southern part may lag, which makes for a very sloppy passage of a front, makes for a very, what we call, positive tilt to the trough we've been in, which cuts down on severe risk for us. But it really creates timing issues of when the rain would arrive and when the cooler air will arrive, because I still see the cooler air arriving here. The models all agree on that. You can see that dry punch or cool punch of air. But one thing it's not showing that really I thought was interesting is that there's an upper level low behind the main low that drops to the Great Lakes the last day of the month. It's about the 1st of October, the following weekend. And that will provide likely a canopy of clouds and drizzle and showers behind it. If that were to happen, if it were to pass far enough south and we get stuck underneath that cloud shield and showers, we may not get out of the 50s for highs. As of now, I'm going to keep this into the 60s, increase the cloud cover there for the 30th and the 1st, and we'll just fine-tune it once we get a better handle on it. And I think we'll try to warm back up. I'm going to see this back and forth warming period. Weather Service or NOAA issued their outlook today for October. They're going with below normal for much of the Mid-South. Southern Kentucky is in that zone, and then therefore they're going for a drier pattern. I think we actually may have quite a bit of precipitation with an up and down pattern, but they're going with mainly dry for our region. So that's their outlook. So that's it for today, guys. We'll see how it looks coming up tomorrow.